Welcome to V8's DXB. Today we've got with us the 2019 Volkswagen Teramont. Now the Teramont is the most talked about Volkswagen in the recent months. That's because this is the biggest car that Volkswagen offers. This is an 8-seater SUV which aims to be the competitor against cars like the Honda Pilot and the Ford Expedition. Powered by a 3.6-litre V6 4Motion, which is Volkswagen's four-wheel drive, this car produces 280 horsepower. The styling element of the car is conventional, radical and new. That's Volkswagen's design strategy for the Teramont, and that goes away with the design that the car brings both in the front and the back. Given its size and dimensions, it's no surprise that the Teramont has a very good road presence. Really love the way that the Volkswagen has done this. It really adds a lot of width to the dimensions of the car, and these LED headlights are standard across the range, and you also get regular fog lamps as well. And I really like the way that, if you look at this, the way that the chrome and everything else sort of merges into it, and you've got your turn signal down there as well. Nice big chunky grille. A huge Volkswagen logo in the center, and you can see that's my watch. That's the size of the logo, so it's a really big logo that's got over there. Again, gives you more perspective and idea of how big really the car is. They've also given two of these sort of design elements, something that you see a lot in the newer Land Cruisers and the Prados. So I think that's also to give more might to the hood when it's closed. The side profile is nothing extraordinary. It's just like any other regular 7 or 8-seater, and Volkswagen has added a lot of chrome around it. So you can see you've got chrome running across the door edges, you've got a chrome garnish over here, and even the roof rails are all chrome. And you can look at the way that the car sits. There's no chrome on the handlebars though, which I think a lot of these SUVs in this segment are putting in now, so that's sort of missing. I really like the way that the back looks. It's very underrated, and it really looks very sharp. It's got your dual exhaust over there, and you've also got all your parking sensors. Again, a very prominent and a big Volkswagen logo. Now, it does come with remote trunk release as well. So once I can get this into focus, there you go. As you can see, a massive boot. With the seats down, it's really as big as it can get. So this is just the last row of seats that's gone down. You can get those seats as well all the way down, and you've got plenty of space to play around over here. You don't get electronic fold down seats, so all of these seats need to sort of go down manually. And you've got your fender woofer over here, and your jack and whatnot that comes in over here. There is a rear power socket over here. You don't, however, get the electric folding rear seats like a lot of cars in the higher segment do, but it's not bad. You can manually work that out. And you've got a lot of cup holders for the rear passengers as well. You've got a vent for the last passenger over there, so you've got plenty of storage. You've also got their own dedicated lights for the guy sitting in the third row. It's not a bad place to be, I'd say. And that's how you can pull the seat up, and you can see that's sort of the storage that you get. The headrest is up, yeah. So this is the storage that you get when both your seats come up. So now this is your second row seating. You've got these privacy things that go up and down. It's really well built. It's not one of those flimsy ones. You've got brackets on both the sides, so it pulls up, and this gets neatly tucked away when it's not in use. You've got the fender speakers over here. Plenty of space at the back. Could easily put in 3 adults. And you've also got this cup holder that holds 3 cups. And an excellent view, obviously, of the panoramic sunroof from here. You've also got a nice display here, temperature, and you've also got rear ventilated seats, rear heated seats, which is a great addition. As you can imagine, this is no small car by any feat. It's a humongous car based on its proportions. Driving it around town and parking in tight spots can be a challenge. But Volkswagen has really thought this through, and they've given you enough aids around the car, including a 360-degree camera and all the information that's displayed over here to make this task easy for you. What I'm going to demonstrate to you now is how the 360 camera works and how every other feature in the car combines with it and gives you a very clean way of getting out of parking spots. To my left, we are parked very close to a pillar, and to the right, we have a Range Rover that's centimeters away from where we are parked. So I'm going to now take the car out to the parking lot, and then we're going to demonstrate a few more features. So I've got my mirrors out. First thing that you've got to do is you've got to press the button over here to turn on all your cameras. And you can see it's giving you a 360-degree view of everything, including the front cameras. So that gives you a proper 360-degree view. On the left, you can see how close I am to the pillar. And on the right, you can see the Range Rover that's over there. So we put it to drive, and now your park sensors comes on. And one of the cool things that this does is, in case you're playing music, it reduces the volume for the music, which you can switch on and off over here. So when you're in tight parking spots and when the parking sensors are on, it detects that you need to be paying attention to the car's notifications, so it reduces the volume over there. Very useful feature. Alright, so I'm going to start heading out over here, and you can see all the radars and everything else starts kicking in over there. And it's even got these parking sensors on the edges of the car, which tells you how far or how close you are from the car. So there you go, and it's actually now drawing me the path as to where I can exit from once I have taken my directions on the wheel. Put it in reverse, and you can change the different selections that you want, from the left to the right to the center, and it goes away. So now so put it in reverse, and you've got these camera systems that come up again, and you can see it's all good to go. Camera on this car and the parking assistance that you have on this car is something that's really good. What I'm going to do now is going to go ahead and show you how the auto park works. So for that, what you've got to do is you've got to press on the park assistance. You've got that turned on, and then you start slowly driving. And what you've got to do is you've got to indicate which side do you want the car to park. So now I want to park on the left hand side, so I have to put on my left hand side indicator, and it's going to find a spot for me to park on the left side. And it's found a spot for me, but there's a car behind me, so I'm just going to go a little ahead. And now I've given my left indicator again, so that's consistently on. Now on the gauge over here, it shows you that it's trying to find a spot to the left of the car, and now it's telling me to keep going forward. So there, I found my spot. Now I put it in reverse. Now all you've got to do is very slowly let the car do its thing, keep your brakes on the pedal, and you do have your 360 camera over here, and you have this over here, so no hands, and the car is trying to park on itself completely. It will park. It's a parallel park. It can also park in, so depending on what you choose, they choose you. So it goes around over there, turning in straight, close to the curb, I'd say. There you see, and your parking is done, and it gives you a beep over there letting you know that the parking is completed. Just to give you a bit of a reference of the size of the car, so it's parked right in front of a Range Rover Vogue, and you can see the size as compared to the Range Rover Vogue, and you've got an FJ Cruiser right behind over there, so you can see how big the car sits. Let's talk about the interiors for the Volkswagen 2019 Teramont. You've got a very nice layout. As soon as you come in, you sit a little high. This is what your center console looks like. This is the view from the passenger. Very good use of quality materials. It's got a very nice vibe to it. It's got a very nice feel to it. Very well built, and gives you a very premium feel to the car as well. Let's go with the details. So on this left hand side over here, you've got your window lock button, and then you've got your window switches for all 4 windows, and then you've got your power steering, for your power mirrors as well. And you've also got heated power mirrors on the SEL version of the car, so you can obviously change your power mirrors. You can change the adjustments for them left and right. and then you can do everything else that's over here. You've got a very nice, the SEL does come with the fender speakers, and you've got the lock unlock button, and what this does is when the car is locked, it actually turns its color. They're letting you know that the car is locked, and when it's unlocked, it's not on display. So that's a nice little feature to have. You've also got your trunk release over here. So all you've got to do to the trunk release is pop it out from there, and the trunk comes up. Over here you've got your headlights in a typical Volkswagen fashion. You've got the auto on, off. So this is off, you've got it on auto. Now the parking lights, and then now you've got the headlights. To pull the fog lamps, all you've got to do is pull this, put it on auto or any which one, and you can pull it off. You can just pull this knob out, and then it shows up on the display over here that your rear parking sensors, your rear fog light is on. So you can do that. And then moving on to the main steering wheel, these are your controls for the cruise control. So you've got all your cruise control settings over here. Now this does come with the adaptive cruise control, so you've got that setting over here as well, which you can choose. And then these are your stocks for the headlights, typical Volkswagen. So one press is for your flash, and then you've got your parking, your left and your right indicators that come over here. Very clean RPM meter, very nice feel to it, very readable at high speeds as well. And you've also got your temperature gauge over here. A lot of cars these days are now getting away from the temperature gauge, but it's good to see this Volkswagen coming with that temperature gauge as well. To the right you've got your speedometer over here, and you've got your fuel capacity shown there over there as well. Now the center infotainment display brings in a lot of information. You can go into your vehicle stats and you can see what the vehicle is doing. You can then move on to your driving data, and that will show you your average fuel consumption. That will also show you your current fuel consumption and what your oil temperature is in degrees Celsius. And you can set your speed limit warning. Here in Dubai it's going to be set at 120 by default, but you can obviously change that. Shows you your current speed, shows you your average speed, shows you the distance you've done, shows you your traveling time, shows you what range you have, your average fuel consumption, your current consumption, and then brings you back to the same thing as well. Moving on, so the way that you do that is basically you can go left and right over here, and then you can browse through the different menu options over here. So you can basically go up and down, and it will show you everything else. So moving back on, so that's driving data, and then assistant systems. So you've got your cruise control over here to tell you your dynamic cruise control that kicks in over here, and then you can choose the system that you want to be switched on or off. So blind spot, rear traffic collision alert, front assist, all of that you can be switching it on or off. Navigation, so your navigation, whatever destination that you set up will show up over here as well. And you can also have your home address set up and all of that, and you can directly quick navigate from here as well. And then you've got your audio, obviously, whichever radio station you're playing, whichever song you're listening to, it will show that up. You've got your phone connectivity as well, which is connected, so you can, my phone's not connected at the moment, but once you have your phone connected, it will show you your recent dials and all of that as well. And this is your trip sensor, so once you hit it, your trip becomes 0. And to the right, you've got all your media controls over here for your phone, and also for your track select. You've got all of that going on over here. Very nice look and feel of the steering wheel as well. Amazing grip positions for the 10 and 12. Really nice. Volkswagen are known for their steering wheels and their 10 and 12 positions, so it's no surprise over here. Moving on, you've got these really big vents as well, which I think will do a great job during the summer that we have here in Dubai. And you've also got your HVAC controls over here. Let me switch on the lights. And you've also got your HVAC controls over here. And now this is a display screen, so when you change the temperature, it actually shows you the temperature that you've selected in display. The car does come with heated and cooled seats, so I've got the cool seats going on right now, and then you can obviously choose where you want the air coming in from different positions. So once you tap on this button, the options come up over here, and you can choose that. And then this is obviously your circulation options, and then this is for the passenger. So both the front seats are perforated. You can see it's leather. The SEL comes with a full leather seat, so it's leather, and both the front passenger seats are cool and heated seats as well. You've got your settings for the rear defoggers, and then I don't know what this button does. Rest, no idea. I have to find that. If you know what this does, put it in the comments below, and then I'll be happy to know. and then this obviously is your blower selector. So I really like the way that it shows you which speed that you have a blower setting on. This is your sync, so all the rest of your temperatures and blowers link up with the same temperature. And then obviously you've got your AC on and off. Same thing for the right hand side. You've got your passenger airbag, and you've got your hazard over here as well, which clicks in and out. And a huge storage space over here. This is my Samsung Galaxy S8, and when I put it over here, it just disappears. So a huge storage space that comes in over here will be really handy for keeping all the phones. And then you've also got deep down here and over there your USB plug and an aux plug, and you've got your cigarette lighter to connect your chargers over there as well. You've got two very big cup holders, fairly decent size. I think they will be able to hold a McDonald's large Coke bottle, no problem. And this is your gear lever selector, nothing fancy, just your functionality wise. So you've got the press over here, and then you can change all the different gear levels that you've got. You've got the start-stop engine over here. Now a lot of car manufacturers are moving the start-stop engine over here. I would much rather prefer that they leave it here as it is, because that's a better place for this to be, and I don't like them here, but then that's just the design language that's coming in with all the newer cars these days. This is your electronic parking brake, so you push it up and then pull it up and then it goes off. And this is your drive mode selector, so you can change this as you want. Sort of reminds me of the drive mode selectors in the Range Rovers. Interesting. And then here you've got your buttons for the parking aids. So this is to turn on your parking sensor, to turn on your parallel parking or your reverse parking options. And then this is for your camera. So once you turn this on, your camera comes up over here, and it comes up in a beautiful 360-degree view that you can get all around. Now the screen has this feature where you start drifting towards, when you start getting your hands closer towards it, more options come up. So we'll demonstrate that in a bit. So now when I click on the camera, you can see that it's showing me the 360 that I'm looking for, and then once you tap on the car, the 360 sort of moves on that side. And then you've got a couple of options over here as well in terms of what you wanted to do. For example, if you want to see if you want a straight down view, then you can do this, and you've got a straight down view. If you want to sort of have an angled view, you can do that as well. And if you want another view which is like a straight back up right from where your car is parked, so you can in the front, so you can see that as well. So this is actually the front of the car, and if I move the car forward, you'll see that the line changes. So this is a really great feature, especially when it comes to off-roading and all of that stuff. So I think it's a really great feature that they've incorporated into the car. The camera is really nice 360, and you can obviously change your brightness, your contrast and whatnot. All of that can also be done over here. Let's head over to the infotainment section that you have over there. I really love talking about the infotainment sections in the cars these days, because there's so much stuff that's sitting over here. There's so much of technology that goes into making this. It's definitely worth mentioning. So let's start off from the top. So you've got your radio option over here, and this pulls up all your radio options, and you can look at all the different radio stations that you've got. The touch is really nice. It's really fast, and it's very it doesn't lag. It's not a laggy touch, if there's such a word, laggy touch. The touch doesn't lag, and it's fairly easy to use even when you're driving. The displays are really big, and you can get your way around it, not a problem. And you can also come in over here to media, and you can connect your different sources. You've also got your CD, your SD card, your navigation. You've got your let me switch that light off. Yeah, you've got your navigation, you've got your USB 1, you've obviously got your Bluetooth and your aux. Now when you come into the phone over here, you can connect your phone, and it shows up all your different menu options for the phone as well. And this is for your voice control, so you can just do voice control either from there directly, or you can use this button over here, and that'll do you voice control over there. You've got your navigation. I'm really impressed with the navigation, because it's just like Google Maps or in Apple CarPlay, and it's really responsive. As you can see, when you move it around, it's a really responsive navigation system. And you can put in all your points of interest. Now this is the feature that I was telling you about. So now there's nothing on the screen, but the moment you start to bring your hand figure closer, you see all the options start coming up over there. So you can choose a destination, you can choose your point of interests, and then petrol station, car parks, restaurants, and you can also change your view depending on how you want it. You want it 2D, 3D, point to point. You can also do a split screen, so you can sort of move all of this over here, and then you can have this. In my BMW, when you do the split screen, the navigation takes half of the screen and your other stuff sits on the right hand side. Like, you can switch that around. I'm not sure exactly if this allows you to do that. Split screen off, split screen. So you can't move that around. Routes, compass. Oh, you can. There you go. So now you can do the same thing with that I was telling you about. So you can do that as well. And you obviously got all your settings over there. I really like the way that the entire UI is designed. It's a very, very, very new option, and it looks really good. And you can obviously set up your speed limits. It'll tell you where the speed limit is. The car does have the feature where it's able to tell you where you are, and it can sort of tell you the speed limits based on where you're driving. So that's a nice little touch. And this is your apps, so you can do your Android Auto, your Apple CarPlay, and your Mirror Link and whatnot. All of that goes in over there. And this comes into your car information. This is one of my more interesting sort of display, if I might talk. So this is the off-road information indicator, and what this does is it tells you the height in meters, and then it tells you where you're which direction you're facing. And this is my favorite thing. So when you turn the steering wheel, you can see this changes. A lot of cars have this, but I always get excited when I see this. And you can obviously change this, so you can have this to say you can move that around over here. You can look at your temperature, you can look at your oil temperature, you can look at your compass again, and then you can look at how high you are in terms of meters, and you can look at everything else. Yeah, so that's that. And then you can come in over here and you can change this. Do you want it in your driving data? So you can have this in your driving data. Do you want to keep this with your Think Blue Trainer, which is the sort of the eco program? So you can have that over there as well. And if you want to look at your vehicle status, you can look at that over there as well, no problem. And obviously your media and everything else comes in over here again. So it's a very well designed unit. I really like it. And one of the things that that's really nicely done is they've left the knobs for the volume and for the station, which is a really good feature. It's painful to not have a knob in case you want to just go up and down on the volume. Of course you can do it from the steering wheel, but sometimes we prefer to doing it from the system as well. And it's really good that they've left the volume knob over there. This is how your main menu looks like once you've clicked on the menu option. As you can see, everything over here is very clearly laid out, and it's a nice system. Like, even for the air conditioning, you can actually set the temperature in the front. You can reduce it, you can bring it up right from here as well, and obviously you can do the same over here. So you've got that. And one of the other things that I like over here is in terms of when you start AC profile, it says low, medium and high. For low, they've got a feather. For medium, there's a fan, and then for high, there's a big fan as well. For low, that's a feather. That's really nice. And then obviously you can set your pre-settings to auto, increases the speed of the blower depending on the temperature outside, and you can bring that back to manual, so I can record this video. Pre-settings. I'm not sure what I did there. So yeah, so that's how you can adjust all of that. Going back to the main menu, your radio, media, navigation, traffic. I'm going to show you one more thing. Vehicle stats. So you've got your TPMS, and you've got that as well. So now you can go back to your so you can click on this, and then you get a lot of these systems, and you can look at tires, and you can set your speed warnings and whatnot. All of that really nicely, really well done. You can also change your lights from here. Your switch on, switch off time, how quickly you want it to go on and on, which travel mode you're in. Do you want it on the right hand traffic? Do you want it on left hand traffic? In case you're driving across the continent, you can change this as well. Instrument cluster lighting. Remember those days when you used to have a knob to adjust your instrument switch lighting? Now it's on a display screen. So yeah, so you've got all of this, and then you can go back and parking and maneuvering. You can change all of these settings. You can go back to personalization as well, and you can see all of those different stuff over there. So yeah, that's pretty much what the unit looks like. Interior lightings, we've gone over this. Right hand traffic, left hand traffic, Background lighting. Now this is something that's really good. Fun fact, when I got the car, the footwell light was on constantly and I couldn't get it off. And for the life of me, I was not able to figure out why is that on until I started seeing about the car and figuring out what's going on. So this is what it is. So you can, using this app over here, using the phone, using the thing over here, you can reduce the intensity of this. So for example, now it's on minimum, now it's on maximum. So you can move those around. And this is the notorious footwell light. For some reason, if you want to drive with your footwell lights on, you can do that. It's slightly day now, so you might not be able to see it, but during the night it's really dark. So if you want to drive around town with lights on your shoes, Volkswagen's Teramont will let you do that. And this is the light controls for this section over here. As you can see, completely gone. It comes back up. So that's a nice little touch that Volkswagen has given up over here as well. And then obviously you've got all your different variations for factory settings and your service and whatnot. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to, in my further car reviews, go more detail into all of these drive sections, because I believe that, you know, going in complete detail of all of these drive sections can be a little time consuming. I'm not exactly sure if you guys would like to see it or not. I did it on my 330i review and people seem to like it. So let me know in the comments if you want me to go into more detail of these systems when I do the cars in the future. So now this is the key to the car. On the top right, you've got a nice Volkswagen logo that's embossed into the remote. It's a fairly sleek key, it's not too thick, and it's slightly on the heavier side. Gives you a very good feel for the quality that Volkswagen's putting in all of the products. This is your lock button, this is your trunk release button, and this is your unlock button. Every time you press a button, this red light over here flashes, telling you that the signal has been sent to the car. Now here, there's a small attention to detail which I think Volkswagen has missed out on. Wouldn't it be great if this was actually the side profile of an SUV rather than a sedan, since this is the key to an SUV? That would have been good, but I think that's just with the platform sharing that Volkswagen is doing across all of the models. Very well built. It's got a good structure to it as well. And you've also got your physical key, which you've got to pull it from this side and pop it out like that. So you've got your physical key that you can use in case your remote runs out of battery or whatnot. So yeah, in comparison to any other car's key, so this is my car's key, you can see it's a little smaller, like I mentioned, and in terms of the width as well, it's very thin. The BMW's key, it's a very bulky and it's a little bigger one. Now that I've taken both these remotes on my hands, this does feel heavier than this. I think it's just with the way that it's designed or whatnot. But yeah, so this is what the key looks like for the car. So when it's hot outside and you want the max AC, it comes up fashionably late. It almost sounds like a jet engine taking off. So every time the car is on and you're on park, this blue thing goes on over there, reminding you to put your foot on the brake. And you put your foot on the brake, the sign goes off, take it off, comes back up. When you want to rest in the car, all you've got to do is press this button. So what happens is when the car is switched off and all the buttons are off, all the keys are out, your infotainment system comes on, and when you press on this button, the blower sort of kicks in to keep you cool. So this is the same stock that controls the rear wiper and the front one. Every time I've tried to wipe the rear wiper, every time I've tried to get the rear wiper to work, you push this button, the rear wiper comes on. Now in order to cancel it, you've got to let go, and you've got to pull this once. And every time I've pulled this, the front wiper comes on. So you've got to be careful when you pull the rear wiper off. When you change the mode in the mode selector, it shows the same on screen as well. Off-road individual, off-road, normal, eco, snow. And under normal, you can go under eco, where you're driving in the garden. Then you can go in sport, when you're on a racetrack. And then you can also configure your individual. For some reason, if you don't want the lights to come on when your door is opening, there is an option. What you gotta do is press on this button. When you open the door, the lights come on. If you want to switch it off, press this again, and when you open the door, the lights don't come on. To control all the lights at the back, all you've got to do is hit this button, and all the lights at the back, they come off. On, off. When the rear seat is not completely locked into position, this red latch sort of stays up. To lock it into position, when it's locked in, it goes down telling you that it's locked. If you're ever trapped inside the Teramont, so if someone's locked you in for the Teramont, this is obviously electric close and open. With this lever, once you pull this out, there's a snatch to unhook yourself in case you're trapped at the back of the car.